Enjoy your meeting.
So that we can get back to you.
Just a reminder, today's meeting is being recorded.
If you are having trouble hearing, please let us know as soon as possible so we can make adjustments. My name is Angie Lehman, and I'm a Living Well Now leader, and I'm grateful to have my good friends, Nan and Mike Gillispie, on the call today. Real quickly, I'll tell you a background story is that Nan and my mom taught together at Peoria High School here in Arizona many moons ago when I was still a young tyke, and Nan was too. And my first memory actually of the two of you was at your wedding. I was able to be there, so I remember that. That was pretty cool. You had big poofy hair, Nan.
Yes,
and my
early 90s. So
yes, early 90s.
That's right.
It was great. And then Nan and I were reacquainted when I was in college. Professionally, we worked together as colleagues in the Peoria Unified School District. She was actually a leader, a business, not a business leader, but an educational leader for our district, and worked as my supervisor, my intern supervisor, and then my professional supervisor. Just really grateful for you along the way, Nan, and just the pizzazz you bring to every role that you hold. You are innovative and creative. I love how you see solutions where others might see problems, and you're always willing to try new things. Mike, I'm grateful to you for you are the steady Eddie. You are always positive and uplifting to me. I know that you physically have been supported by the oils yourself, and that I didn't know that part of your story when I knew you before, but because of your physical limitations, I'm just grateful for your awesome positive attitude and the way that you make everyone feel welcome. And I'm just grateful that you guys are taking time to be on our call today to let others know about your Young Living journey, and also to inspire couples to stay in this together. You guys have been a team since the beginning, and I'm grateful for the ways that you are modeling that to your team, and to me as a single woman, how empowering it is to find in the journey who are willing to walk alongside you and support you and work together with you to build your legacy and your dream together. So thanks, guys, for being with us today.
Thank you, Angie.
Thank you, Angie. We're honored and blessed to have this opportunity to give our perspective.
Yeah, so let's start with telling us a little bit about your journey. It can have some of the physical notes in it. Of course, we want to make sure we're compliant. Nan is one of our administrators in our LWN Lifestyles group, and she knows, and she's going to beep Mike if she has to, and beep herself if she has to.
Right.
But tell us a little bit about your journey thus far.
Okay, well, I started using Young Living essential oils a little over 2 years ago, just kind of a fluke. I was actually introduced to a store shelf brand of oils, and they kind of worked, and then people in my office had heard about Young Living and invited me to classes and started using them, and actually shared a kit with my best friend when we started, and that didn't work because I soon quickly realized they were working, so I wouldn't share very well. And eventually got my own kit, and then, like Ange said, we worked together, and so she would see me in meetings, and I would be helping people who had seasonal discomforts and not a very comfortable head at the time and things like that, and she kept nudging me and telling me I should try the business, and I wouldn't. I insisted I wouldn't. And finally she said, just have a class, let's see how that goes. And of course that was a huge success, and I saw how grateful people were to learn about alternatives and natural solutions to things. And so I decided I would work 1 hour a week. 1 hour a day putting into this business just to see what would happen. And in 1 month, my commission check doubled, and so I thought, hey, this is working pretty good. Maybe I should put in 10 hours a week. So I did that. That only increased it by 3 hours, but I did that, and my commission check doubled again. And in that journey, Mike started using oils as well to help support some of the issues that he was having after having 23 surgeries, and started finding a lot of success. And so Mike started really supporting my efforts because he could see how passionate I was about how the oils were working, not just for me, but in other people's lives. And so he started supporting me in ways that I'm going to let him talk about first, kind of where he started with helping us.
Well, my journey has really been one of support to get man up and going with the business. You know, I did some of the housekeeping duties, the dishes, cleaning the house, making sure that we had dinner every night. And then it kind of built upon that. I really wanted to find my niche, and I wanted to find an area that I was really passionate about. And so the animal area came up, and that's really where I'd like to focus my energies in the small animal care. So that's kind of where I've evolved. And we've developed some PowerPoints and started teaching some classes, some 101s regarding the animals and how to utilize the essential oils with animals. And I'm just so excited to be a part of this. Every day I learn something new and different, and I'm just honored to be a part of Young Living Essential Oil.
That's awesome. What would you say have been some of your struggles?
Well, of course, I think from a wife's perspective who starts using oils, one of the first struggles is convincing your husband that you're not crazy when you want him to try oils. But that didn't take too long with Mike, because as soon as he tried them and saw they worked, he was on board, at least with Deep Relief. That was his intro and still his go-to oil. But I do think, struggling with how much time do I put in, when do I stop myself, because I am so passionate about the business.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Because I'm so passionate about the business part as well as the health and wellness benefits, that I find myself often staying up too late answering questions for people or setting boundaries. Right now I'm struggling with keeping things on my calendar straight because I keep forgetting the personal things. Like I'm going to miss another Cardinals football game this weekend because I didn't put it on my calendar. Totally forgot. We have season tickets. So, it's those kinds of things that it's a time management and an organizational piece, but having Mike on board has really helped because he will ask questions like, what do we have going this week? And kind of, give me another place to check. So where you struggle, a lot of times the other person will pick up the slack. One of the areas that, because I'm still working a full-time job this year teaching, is being able to contact people when they're available during the day. So Mike is taking that on for some care calls and some follow-ups and that kind of thing because he is more flexible with his hours during the day. So those are kind of my two areas where I struggle. Did you want to add anything, Mike?
Just my struggles, again, were, at first was the buy-in, but again, once I started utilizing the oils and found out how wonderful they were, I immediately got on board. I'm a people person. My strengths are talking to people. I enjoy visiting with people, and so one of the things that I think that I've added to our business is that I'm able to call and check in with folks to just see how they're doing. Do they have any concerns, any questions? I get on the virtual office, and see what people are buying and seeing, maybe if they just spend a couple more dollars, they could move up to the next rank. So for me, it's been about service and helping other people. I really enjoy doing that.
I love that you're so humble, too, both of you. You're both respected educators and have a large network of students that you're still connected to. And you are so beloved that your personalities and your just ability to connect with people is really showing through in this business. And I think it's evident, too, that you've learned a lot. Just because naturally you're wired that way, you're learning quite a bit from the struggles that you're having, and look how you're just taking on new responsibilities that's maybe not even meaning to.
Yeah, we've had a large number of my former students and Nan's former students as well that have been on board with us, that have come on board and starting their own businesses. And so for me, it's just really profound that we're still having those connections, and it's just been a big benefit for both of us to see that we're able to help our students in continuing to make their lives, better.
Yep. And you've cared about them since the beginning, so it's neat to see you work with them now as well. Would you say there was anything else you've learned along? Well, I'll get back to that question in a minute. This is a surprise question, sorry, but I realized that it might be significant for you to talk about being at convention this summer. That was something that you both chose to come to. You had taken a road trip together earlier in the summer, and then this was important. Nan, that meant you had to miss the first few days of your professional job, your daytime job.
Right.
Tell us about why you chose to prioritize getting there. What did you take away from that experience?
Well, I'm going to quickly tell our little tale, Ange, and that was a year before this last convention. Angie decided that she was going to take the first couple of days in order to be present at the oil convention, and I was one of her supervisors at the time, and I kind of thought to myself, this is a little crazy. She's going to some oil thing instead of being here the first couple of days of the school year, and I can't believe she's making that choice. And then just 1 year later, I made the exact same choice because I had grown and learned so much in that year and realized how important doing that self-development by going to convention would be for not just the business, but just for myself personally and professionally. And so I also know that it carries over into my teaching job with students every day, all of the great things that I am learning through the self-development pieces. But it was very important for Mike and I to go, and we prioritized it several months before it was time to go. We, made the commitment to purchase the 2 tickets and then set aside some of our commission check each time so that we would have the money to spend while we were there and not feel strapped. Although we were still frugal because we did take a big, long vacation this summer as well. And I'm going to let Mike tell mostly about what his experience was in learning and growing, because I think it was pretty profound for him, especially listening to Gary Young. But, I will say we just talked about struggles, and one of the things that happened at convention was that there were so many people that the session lines were so long to get into, and many people reacted more on the negative side at first and wanted to complain. And I just kept looking around and thinking, how great is this is the problem we are having? And, I just stuck it out and got in lines and sat in the back of the room if that's what I had to do. But I wasn't going to miss an opportunity to learn and grow. And it was just very profound for me to see how many people Young Living affects, not only just the 10,000 people that were at our session and the 10,000 at the next session, but also the impact that Young Living has on people around the world. And so I would highly recommend everyone going to convention, even if you're not in a hurry to build your business, you're not trying to do it at any certain kind of quick pace. The personal growth that you get from it and the confidence is incredible. But like I said, I'm going to let Mike tell a little bit about his experience, especially hearing from Gary Young.
My introduction to Gary Young was one of just immediately I was drawn to Gary. He is so compassionate and has a passion for our industry. And I want to quote him. One of the things he said is that it is through learning and applying that we ignite personal growth and develop the motivation to lift others. And you could definitely see that in each and every session that we attended. He was passionate. He always had a kind word. He always had something profound that would enable us to be better people, that will make us and our businesses just a better opportunity to help make others healthy. And so that was what was the most inspiring for me was Gary's compassion and passion and dedication.
Mm-hmm.
His
Yep.
vision for what he wanted to do, going up and building that the Northern Lights shop up there where they were in 50 and 60 below zero temperatures where none of the natives were out. But yet Gary and his crew were out there. When he set his mind to a deadline, he made sure that he made that deadline. And so I just was overcome with the thoughtfulness of Gary and his passion for what he's doing in the business.
Well, and how awesome that you got to hear it straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak, from him himself. I mean, just beautiful that you were, that you had also taken time to go with Nan and be a part of it rather than letting it be her thing. I just want to acknowledge, that takes a lot too. And then to also find that same passion and energy in the meetings. They're not always the most fun to sit through things like that. So that's awesome.
Yeah, each of the sessions that I went to, I learned something new and that we could immediately apply to our business, so that when we came back, we immediately applied some of the things that we learned in the sessions. So I'm glad that I went. I would encourage other partners to go and attend and become a part of the business.
Yeah. So what are you most excited for on this journey?
I think my idea is that we get to help others, and the sky's the limit. We can do whatever we want to do, and it's just a matter of what kind of time do we want to put into the business. And I'm just so excited to see that we can make a positive difference in people's lives through Young Living essential oil.
I would say
sure.
the thing I'm most excited about is that idea that, like Mike said, the sky is the limit, and we can fulfill not only our dreams, but help others fulfill their dreams. Mike and I, both of our sons are grown, and if I have my way, one won't ever leave the house because the other one already did. But we just want to be available to our adult children and, help support them living their lives and be near them. Our oldest son is a Marine, so chances of him being stationed other places through the years is very high. Right now we're lucky he's only in Camp Pendleton in California, so that's not too far away. But we want to be available to, be flexible and travel and be near our children and their children. And also, I will tell you lately, one of the things that most excites me is expanding our business into other states. We have some customers in Wisconsin. We have some customers in California. We have some customers in Missouri. We have our newest customers on Kayla Dial's team in Las Vegas that we just established this last weekend. And we just yesterday got a new customer in Georgia, and I promised her if she can get 2 or 3 people signed up under her, we'll be taking a trip to Georgia. So that part excites me as well. So it's just the endless possibilities. There are things that we don't even know that are going to happen, and that's what most excites me.
Isn't that great as you are approaching this kind of retirement season of life to be able to have something, my mom would call it redirected energy toward.
Absolutely.
And that goes on serving people, long past a certain age, quote unquote.
Right.
Any past tips that you would throw out there for today for new business builders?
I think from my perspective, communication is probably one of the most important factors. You need to communicate with your partner, especially with dates, what's going on throughout the month, and, what are you going to do? What do you need to do? What can I do? So communication is really a key component to making this business be successful.
One of the things that Mike and I have established is that I create lists for him. So the care calls that I think are most important that week, not that he can't certainly add to that, but I have certain ones that I'm like, I need to follow up with this person. It's been a while, or I know Mike can connect to this person in maybe a different way than I have and maybe get different results. So I'll make a list of things that he can do for me that week. And he really appreciates having that list in front of him. And actually, I do it on my phone and text it to him, so he has it handy at all times. Because, like I said, his schedule is flexible, and so he can sit, for a 15-minute period in the middle of the day and do something, which is really handy. And just like Mike said, reinforcing that communication between us, even if you're a husband and wife team that maybe the husband isn't into the business but does want to support his wife, just knowing what her priorities are and what she needs to do that week is extremely helpful to Mike, because he knows on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday he needs to have dinner ready because I'm going to be running in, eating, and running out again. And so having that communication ahead of time is just makes your week go so much smoother.
By the way, I need to order pizza really quickly.
I was just going to say, that's a tall order for dinner every night. But I love that you're willing to step into that role as well, Mike, because I think sometimes that's discounted as something that a wife or a woman has to do. And when you can work together as a team, you're really creating a partnership, not just in business, but in life as well. And I value that between the two of you.
Yeah, I think we've had that throughout our marriage. We've always had that opportunity. Sometimes it's 90-10, sometimes it's 50-50. But it doesn't matter. You just pick up the slack and go on. That's what makes a successful business and a successful, marriage as well.
So well said, and what an amazing couple to be on our call today to tell others about how this can be done between people. I think you're the first guy who's been on first man who's been on our Wednesday Wisdom calls, Mike. And it's not by accident. I'm really pleased that you as a man of integrity and respect and just highly involved as someone who's getting to share his story, and hopefully some people who are listening to this call will share it with their significant others, their spouses, their partners, so that they too can hear about how this is working for you guys, not only in your business but in your marriage as well. It's very inspiring.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And again, we're open. If anybody needs any assistance, again, we don't know it all and don't claim to know it all, but we've been through a lot, and so we would love to share what we've been through.
Well, and I also will just say again, coming back to it, each of you has had your own health journeys, and Nan and I were having a conversation this week about just how people are even remarking physically how you both look so well. You are both living healthier lifestyles as a result of your Young Living involvement, and being able to, again, as you head into retirement, not just create a financial security, but a health security for yourselves.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely. I agree.
Keep going.
I just agree 100% on that. It's been a complete change in my lifestyle with all of the surgeries that I've been through. It's been a miraculous turnaround for me, and I'm just so glad that we were introduced with Young Living.
And that you took advantage of it too, and are adopting it as your lifestyle, and part of what you're growing into the future. This is part of your legacy as well, that you're leaving to your beautiful grandchild coming in December, and subsequent family members as well.
You bet. Absolutely.
Thanks again for being with us today, both of you. And I posted your page in the Facebook event, Abundantly Grateful. I think it's right. Isn't that abundantly?
Yes, abundantly grateful for oil.
For oil. Yep.
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 That's it.
And yep. And so awesome that that you are sharing that gratitude with your team, and also those of us in Living Well Now who can take your messages of wisdom and apply them to our own businesses successfully. Thank you so much.
Hey, and you are going to record, this call's recorded, and you are going to post it, right? Somebody just asked online.
Yes. So the recording is going right now, and it has to process, and then I will work to get that done before meeting you at rock class in a couple hours.
Sounds good.
I love that we save these for posterity, and we have little notes in here verbally that we'll remember that forever. Oh my gosh, remember the fall of 2015 when you were working for the school and Mike was doing his thing and ordering pizza at night. And
That's so true.
Yep, absolutely.
So fun. And again, thank you for your work too, Nan, on the administration of Living Well Now Lifestyles. We know that's been helpful to a lot of us as we're getting more information to our new members, especially around compliance. And Mike and Nan both for your help and leadership on our training class nights when you're helping set up and moving things and offering a smile and a handshake when people come in the door. It's been awesome to have you both just willing to step up and help out.
Thank you. We're honored to be a part of this great team.
Yes, thank you so much.
Woo.
Have a good night. See you soon.
Okay,
Thanks.
Good night.
Good night.